Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered why transcribing sacred scriptures is considered such a powerful spiritual practice across many religious traditions? What is it about this act that goes beyond simply copying words onto a page and actually transforms the practianter's mind, body, and soul? Today, we are going to explore the deep significance of transcribing sacred texts in spiritual practice, and how this seemingly simple activity can be a gateway to unlocking profound wisdom and connecting both mind and heart to the divine. Whether you've practiced this form of devotion yourself or are simply curious about its purpose, today's video will reveal how the transcription of scriptures serves as a transformative practice for spiritual growth, emotional healing, and connection to something greater than ourselves. The sacred practice of transcribing scriptures more than just writing. The practice of transcribing scriptures is one of the oldest spiritual traditions in human history. From the scribes of ancient Egypt to the monastic scribes of medieval Europe, the act of transcribing sacred texts has long been considered a spiritual act in and of itself. In Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, and many other traditions, writing out the sacred scriptures is not merely a task, but a powerful means of connecting with the divine teachings contained within those texts. At first glance, transcribing scriptures may seem like a simple act of copying words, but in reality, it is much more profound. This practice is often seen as a form of meditation, as it requires deep concentration, mindfulness, and reverence. When we engage in transcription, we enter a space where both our heart and mind become fully absorbed in the process. Each word written becomes a means of focusing our attention on the teachings, allowing the wisdom of the scriptures to flow through us and into our consciousness. In Buddhist practice, transcribing the sutras is considered an act of dana, or generosity. By transcribing the sacred teachings, practitioners offer not only their time and effort, but also their devotion and sincerity. It is said that when you transcribe scriptures with a pure heart, you are aligning your body, speech, and mind with the teachings of the Buddha, thus creating a profound spiritual connection. Connecting mind and heart through the act of writing. One of the key aspects of transcribing scriptures is the way it connects both the mind and the heart. The act of writing requires us to use our intellect to form the words, but it also demands that we open our hearts to the deeper meanings of the text. It is not just about mechanically copying words, it is about engaging with each word on a deeper level, contemplating its meaning, and allowing it to resonate with us emotionally. In many spiritual traditions, the mind and heart are seen as two interconnected aspects of the self. The mind represents our intellect, logic, and reasoning, while the heart represents our emotions, compassion, and intuition. Transcribing scriptures allows us to bridge the gap between these two aspects, helping us integrate the wisdom of the text into our lives on both a mental and emotional level. When we transcribe sacred texts, we are not only engaging with the intellectual teachings, but also allowing those teachings to penetrate our hearts. We are giving ourselves the opportunity to reflect on their deeper significance, to absorb their wisdom, and to allow it to transform our emotional and spiritual lives. This integration of mind and heart through the act of writing is what makes this practice so powerful. It is a form of spiritual nourishment that helps us to align ourselves with the highest ideals and virtues contained within the scriptures. The meditative aspect of transcription, a path to mindfulness. Transcribing scriptures is often compared to meditation because it requires complete focus and presence. When we write, we must be fully engaged with the task at hand, letting go of distractions and centering our minds on the sacred words we are transcribing. This mindfulness practice is an essential component of spiritual growth, as it allows us to enter a state of heightened awareness, where we can observe our thoughts and emotions without attachment or judgment. In Buddhism, mindfulness is a key practice for cultivating awareness and presence in each moment. The more we practice mindfulness, the more we can cultivate clarity, peace, and insight. Transcribing sacred texts offers an opportunity to practice mindfulness in a deeply focused and intentional way. As we concentrate on each word, we quiet the mind and bring ourselves into the present moment, allowing the wisdom of the scriptures to penetrate deeply into our consciousness. The repetitive nature of transcribing also has a meditative effect. Writing each word over and over again helps to quiet the inner chatter of the mind and create a sense of rhythm and flow. As we engage in this repetitive act, we begin to experience a sense of calm and focus that can carry over into other aspects of our lives. This meditative quality makes transcription not only a spiritual practice, but also a tool for cultivating mental clarity and emotional balance. Transcribing scriptures as a form of devotion. In many spiritual traditions, transcribing sacred texts is considered a form of devotion and offering. By transcribing scriptures, we are offering our time, energy, and devotion to the teachings contained within those texts. This act of devotion is not about seeking external rewards or recognition, but rather about cultivating a deep sense of reverence and gratitude for the wisdom that the scriptures contain. In Buddhism, transcribing the sutras is seen as a way of honoring the Buddha and the teachings of the Dharma. When practitioners transcribe the scriptures, they are expressing their devotion to the Buddha by physically bringing the teachings into the world. This practice is believed to bring blessings, purify the mind, and accumulate positive karma. It is an act of deep respect for the wisdom that has been passed down through generations, and it allows the practitioner to connect more intimately with the teachings and with the lineage of those who have preserved and transmitted these teachings over time. Similarly, in Christianity, the practice of transcribing the Bible or other sacred texts is seen as an act of worship. Early Christian monks would spend countless hours copying manuscripts of the Bible, believing that their work was an offering to God. By engaging in this act of transcription, they were participating in the sacred task of preserving and transmitting God's word. The act of writing became a form of spiritual service, and each word written was seen as an act of love and devotion to the divine. The healing power of transcription purifying the mind and body. Transcribing scriptures can also have a healing effect on the mind and body. As we engage in this practice, we enter a state of focus and calm that helps to reduce stress and anxiety. The act of writing allows us to release mental tension and create space for deeper reflection and understanding. The repetitive nature of transcription helps to ground us in the present moment, making it easier to let go of worries and distractions. In Buddhism, the practice of transcribing sutras is often used as a way of purifying the mind. It is believed that by writing out the sacred teachings, we are not only connecting with the wisdom of the Dharma, but also cleansing the mind of negative thoughts and emotions. Each word written becomes a step toward inner peace and clarity, as we allow the wisdom of the teachings to purify our hearts and minds. The act of transcription also promotes mindfulness in action. As we focus on the task of writing, we become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and intentions. This increased awareness helps us to recognize patterns of negative thinking or behavior that may be holding us back, and it offers an opportunity to release these patterns and replace them with more positive, constructive ones. By transcribing the scriptures, we engage in a process of self-reflection and self-purification, which can have profound healing effects on our emotional and spiritual well-being. Transcribing scriptures a path to spiritual enlightenment. Ultimately, the practice of transcribing sacred scriptures is a path to spiritual enlightenment. As we transcribe the teachings, we begin to internalize their wisdom, allowing it to transform our lives. The more we engage with the scriptures, the more we understand the true nature of reality, the impermanence of all things, and the importance of compassion and mindfulness. In Buddhism, the ultimate goal of spiritual practice is to attain enlightenment, which is the realization of our true nature and the cessation of suffering. Transcribing the sutras is a means of deepening our understanding of the Buddha's teachings and applying them to our own lives. By repeatedly writing the teachings, we begin to embody their wisdom, allowing it to guide our actions, thoughts, and interactions with others. Through the practice of transcription, we also cultivate virtues such as patience, humility, and dedication. These qualities are essential for spiritual progress, as they help us stay committed to the path of awakening and remain open to the transformative power of the teachings. Transcribing scriptures is not just about learning intellectually, but about embodying the teachings and living them in every moment of our lives. And the transformative power of transcribing scriptures. In conclusion, the practice of transcribing sacred scriptures is a powerful tool for spiritual growth and self-transformation. It allows us to connect with the divine teachings, purify our hearts and minds, and cultivate virtues such as compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. Through this simple yet profound practice, we create a deeper connection to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that this exploration of the spiritual significance of transcribing scriptures has provided you with a deeper understanding of its transformative potential. If you've engaged in this practice or have thoughts on its impact, I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more spiritual content. Until next time, may your journey of self-transformation be guided by the wisdom and grace found in the sacred words you transcribe.